This store?
We were right beside them.
Right beside who?
The guys that got shot, we were 2 feet away from them.
Tell me about it.
It was very scary. My daughter was right there. We were at the phone machine, and we turned around and we heard these guns going off, and I'm like, okay, first thing we got the baby out of there, took her to the back of the store, then my husband and my mom rushed to the victims, and they helped them until paramedics could arrive. Then I went over there and I took the guy's sock off because he got shot in the foot, and then I wrapped it for him. Made them calm down before, until the paramedics came. And once paramedics came, they were fine and they got taken to the hospital. Just thankful we're all alive, because that was very scary and literally dropped right in front of us.
Describe the guys who got shot. What do they look like?
African American.
Did they say anything?
I asked them if they knew them, the guys that shot them. They said no. So who knows the real story?
You literally thought they were firecrackers. Did you see the suspect?
No, we did not see any suspects.
Did you know right away that people had gotten shot?
Well, at first we thought it was like a Joker firecrackers that went off, because it sounded like that. But then we looked, and then the guy dropped in front of us. He's like, he fucking shot me. Sorry for my language. And then, like I said, we rushed the baby out of there, checked the baby. The baby was good. My husband was good. I'm good. My mother was good. We're all good. That's all I'm thankful for, is that my family is safe.
You're still very shaky. Yes.
Oh, yeah. The blood was too much for me, but I jumped into action, and I helped them as much as I could.
You ever seen anyone get shot before?
Yes, I did. In the thigh one time when he was trying to clean his gun. He shot himself in the thigh, but that was the first incident I ever encountered, and I don't want to deal with that again.
What's your name?
With your own safety?
Oh, yeah, because I was literally right there, and I was checking myself and making sure I was fine. We were good.
What's your name?
Jennifer Kruger.
Your last name?
Kruger.
How do you spell it?
Krueger.
Are you from Glendale?
Yes, sir.
And how old?
Jennifer.
How old is this little one?
She's 10 months old.
You must have been just.
Yeah, I was screaming, and he was like, my freaking daughter's right here. Like, what? And then he was like, get the gun away from him. The guy that got shot had the gun, too, which he fired back as well, trying to protect himself.
Wait a second. The guy who got shot had a gun and he shot it back at the back?
Yes. That's why it was so loud when we were, and that's why I'm afraid of my daughter's ear, so I might go check.
This was a gun battle in front of you.
Exactly. It was really scary.
But one of the guys had already grabbed the gun and taken it out.
And then,
Did you hear any fighting or any
No.
beforehand?
nothing. They were quiet. They were just talking to each other in a group, the two ladies and the two men.
So when he's laying on the ground and he's been shot, he has a gun and he's shooting?
Yeah, it was like this, and I'm like, my husband right here, he's like, get the gun from him, get the gun from him. And that's when one of the other guys over there grabbed the gun from him, so that way if somebody went up to him, he wasn't scared and tried to shoot us.
And then by this time, the suspect is long gone?
Yeah,
Suspects were long gone
way
before
before that.
Suspects?
that.
More than
There
one?
was at
So-
least, from what I heard them explain, there was at least 2 guys in that vehicle. And that's all I know. It was a vehicle. They were
Who
sent
was in
right.
the store? Because that's where
There
you
was
were.
there was the 2 African males. There was the 2 African females. I'm guessing they were together. We were standing there right by the phone machine. They were waiting for us to be done. So I mean, they're 2 feet behind us. They're right there. My daughter's right there. And then you hear the shots going off. I felt something brush my leg, thinking, okay, it's firecrackers. I look down and I look around, and the guy's waving a gun. And then I took off, and my daughter moved. Came back, helped the guys, and I was trying to find the gun. One of the guys had already got the gun and was walking away with it. The guys are on the floor, and one got shot through the leg. I think that one went through, and he was bleeding a lot. The one that got shot in the foot wasn't bleeding much, but went into shock and had asthma problems and went into shock with an asthma attack.
So you're talking about gun and all this stuff and screaming. Where is the person who shot the 2 men by this time?
They're out the door. They never walked in.
They never walked inside.
By that time, from what I understand, they had already taken off in their car.
I
So
thought
the
they shot him
shooting
inside
took
the
place in
store.
parking
No,
lot?
they were not inside the store.
Where'd
The guys were inside the store. I think the 2 people that shot him were standing right by the end of the door right there, or in the car.
So you think they shot into the store?
They shot into the store. There was no guys that were shooting inside the store besides the 2 suspects, which I think they never got a round off. It was the guys shooting inside the store that got the rounds off.
Into the store?
Into the store.
So like right at this entrance here, they're like firing into the store.
Yes.
And then the guys who got shot whipped out a gun and they're trying to shoot back at whoever.
Like I said, I don't think they ever got a shot off, but I did see him as soon as he fell to the floor. You see him pull out a gun, and he was waving it around like he was getting ready to shoot. But by that time, I was worried about my daughter and getting her out of there because she was in the middle of it all, and she's only 10 months old. So
Did you get a good look at either the suspect also were the victims?
The victims, I got a great look at the victims. I was helping them with their wounds.
Oh, yeah?
So, I mean, like I said, there are two black African American males, probably, I think they were 18 and 19. 18 and 19, so they were young. They shouldn't even had a handgun on them.
Did you say there were two women in the store
There were
with them?
two women with them that were with them, but they were not shot. They were more hysterical, kind of back in the distance while we were helping their boyfriends out.
Did they give you any indication, the guys that you were with, that they knew the person who shot them?
They didn't, but I think they did, honestly, because they did seem like they were waiting there for somebody as well. So I'm not sure if they knew him or not.
Were they talking to you? Did they say anything?
They didn't. They were talking to each other in the background, but that's about it. They weren't talking to us. No.
Did you hear
Didn't
anything
you
that
s-
they said?
I didn't hear anything they said. Like at that point, I was too busy in the phone machine trying to figure that thing out because it's complicated as it is.
Yeah, but
What
didn't
do
you hear
mean
the?
the phone machine?
There's a phone machine that you can turn in old phones to get money for, and we were standing there and they were waiting for that as well. That's the only thing I heard them say was they were waiting for that machine.
Didn't they also say, "I can't believe that they"? blah, blah"?
Yes, they did actually
they say?
afterwards yell, I can't, they shot me. I can't believe they shot me.
What's your name, sir?
My name's Corey Kruger.
Corey.
La-
Spell Corey.
C-O-R-Y, last name's K-R-U-E-G-E-R.
And
Thanks,
your daughter's
Corey.
how old?
My daughter's 10 months old.
What's her name? She's so precious.
Samantha Jo Kruger.
There she is. Hi, Samantha.
Like I said, she was right there when it
Yeah,
happened. And she
that's-
was the most thing I was fearing for at that point. I didn't care about the guys at that point. I cared about my daughter. And when that was done and I got my daughter to safety, I came back and worried about the guys.
Can you tell me what you saw again?
What I saw is just the two guys and the two ladies standing behind me, and then you hear gunshots ring off. You thought at first it was firecrackers until you look back and see one guy with the gun. I didn't see the suspects, I just saw the victims. They dropped to the floor, and you just see blood coming out of the one guy's leg. I didn't see the blood until I took the shoe off the one guy because he got shot right in the bottom of the foot right here. And yeah, that bullet didn't come out because there was no exit wound, just an entrance. That's about it. And then we brought him into the we brought him up into by the cash registers and took care of them there.
Is that phone machine right by the front of the store?
Yes, it is. It's literally when you walk in that door, just a little bit past, there's the other door. Right before that door is that phone machine.
So these guys had to shoot while that door was open, or did they shoot right through the closed door?
I'm going to say they had to shoot while the door's open because there's no broken glass or anything. So I'm saying the door was open when they started shooting. And at that point, there was a few people sitting in that lobby too. So
I was going to say, how many people were around at the time?
was
they could have
probably-
accidentally-
there was a good, I mean, besides the four people initially, there was a good 10 people in that lobby getting carts or doing what they needed to do. So, I mean, there was a lot of people around at that point when the gun started going off. And like I said, we were right 2 feet behind the guys who got shot. And my daughter, 10 months old, was right there too. So, I mean, it just goes to show people don't care where you are. They don't care where they are. They'll shoot anywhere and they'll shoot at anything. That's why we need more people who are good to protect people like us that don't have weapons.
How close were you to being shot?
Honestly, I don't know. All I can tell you is when they did shoot, I did feel like some debris or something go and hit my leg. So, I mean, we were probably pretty close. That's about all I can tell you.
And spell your name again. C-O-R-Y.
C-O-R-Y, last name's K-R-U-E-G-E-R.
And Grandma, you were inside too?
He was right next to
Right
us.
there with them.
Tell me what you saw and heard as well.
Honey, it sounded like a bunch of firecrackers, and then I turn around and I seen the guy on the ground, and I'm like, oh my God, he's got a gun, and I'm going, get the gun, because these guys has already taken care of this one, so that was the main thing I was worried about. Look at it.
How hard was it to grab the gun from this guy who's waving a gun?
From what the guy was saying, the guy was fumbling with the gun at first, and then the guy kicked the gun away from him and then grabbed the gun, and then I watched him walk off trying to unload the gun. But I told him
So
just
another
leave
guy
it.
came up and got the gun
Yes,
from him.
another gentleman did come up and get the gun.
By the stop
Yeah.
sign.
Yes,
The
that
one that's by the
gentleman
stop
right
sign
there.
up there.
And the
I don't
black
know if
hat
it-
and the black shirt. So
And how many people did you see kind of involved in all of this?
involved in it. I mean, there was the two guys, so I'm gonna say there was probably the two guys. Wouldn't want to say that the girls were involved in it, but maybe the wrong place at the wrong time. But two guys definitely were involved in it.
You mean the two victims?
The two victims, correct.
And did you guys see at all how they left? Did you see them get into a car or anything?
That I did not. Unfortunately, like I said, at that point I was more worried about my daughter. I didn't want her to get hurt. I didn't want to get hurt, so I was trying to get my daughter out of there. So.
So the guy standing by the stop sign with the long hair and the black hat?
Yes. He was the one that grabbed the gun from the victim.
Why did he do that?
to get the gun away just in case the guy wasn't in the right state of mind and just started shooting on everybody. Because you never know, once you get shot at, you're not in the right state of mind. You might think somebody's out to get you. Now you're going to open fire on them, and that's why we were. Plus, like he said, just in case those guys decided to come back in, that way somebody at least could defend the people who were there.
Do you think, did both of the victims have guns?
No, just one of the victims had a gun.
If this is your Walmart, is there usually a police officer, somebody armed
At this
here?
Walmart, I can't say there has been any police officers here. No, it's usually pretty good over here. It's a good neighborhood. I mean, but as far as officers here, no, maybe security.
Yeah.
But as far as this side, I can't say I've seen him on this side. I think I've seen him on the McDonald's side.
And the guy who shot in the leg, where was he shot about?
He probably was shot about right there in the calf. I would have to say, because he was soaked from blood all the way down, was just soaked in blood, and he was the one bleeding the most out of the two. So that's why I want to say it went in and out.
Both shot in their lower extremities. Nobody shot in the chest or anything.
Nope,
like
they
that?
were both shot in their leg.
Did they say anything when?
Just yelling in pain. One guy went into shock because he was having an asthma attack. Just yelling profanities. You know, they shot me and F this, F that. Just in a lot of pain. You could tell after the adrenaline went away, he was in pain. So, but I was just standing there trying to help him, and she was sitting there trying to help the other gentleman. It was shot in the leg. This guy was just shot in the foot. So just one in the leg, one in the foot.
And what did you
Could
do
have
with
been
your
a lot
daughter
worse,
right
When it happened, I ran into the store and to the left where the pharmacy is, and I put her right there, got my wife, and then I ran back.
Thanks a lot, Corey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.